You're afraid if something happens, it's looming in the offing. You know, what happens if my girlfriend? What happens if my wife? What happens if my husband leaves me? Well, I won't feel so bad if I can make $1,000 today. When really you'll still hurt because you have emotional commitment to that. Whatever that thing might be. It might not even be a relationship. It might be some kind of a, I don't even know. It could be a number of things. But a what if thinking scenario of something negative, something harmful that may happen to you could be a very triggering thing for you to get into a trade that has no real sound reason to be in it. And you're looking at it with the expectation, if it pays out, this is a better use of my time than sitting around worrying about something that may or may not even happen. And I have done that. And I have blown accounts in a 20-year-old mindset. I was fearful of a lot of things that never fucking happened. I had so many unrealistic fears. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? And none of it ever happened. It never happened. But they were so overwhelming to me at the time that it forced me to take on trades and take on risk, hoping that if I got paid out correctly on the other side of that trade, at least it was better than me sitting there twiddling my thumbs in fear of what may not or may come. The uncertainty of what if thinking is paralyzing. But when it's not paralyzing, it's the instigation to take you into a gambling environment. Think about it. I promise you, if you do some serious soul searching, you could go back to those times where you blew your accounts, where you've done serious damage and drawdown in your accounts. You've probably many times been in that same circumstance and not even realized it. And the only way I identified it is because I was journaling it. And these same circumstances kept coming up when I blew the account. These things were there. So they may, at the time, they don't feel like they're all that impactful. They're not the real problem. When they are, you're just trying to push them to the side. You're letting them be the guy, you know, when you're out there with your friends and stuff, like, hey, yeah, and someone looks at you funny. And your drunk friend says, hey, yo, this guy's giving you the eye, man. You gonna let him do that? It's nothing. It's no big deal. And you look over at him, he's just, you know, whatever. And then your buddy says, hey, keep that shit up. My boy's gonna beat your ass. Well, what did just happen? You weren't trying to do nothing. You're just out there having a good time, but your drunk buddy, Carl, fucking opened his mouth up. Now you're in a fight. You got to defend yourself when there was really nothing there. There was no real static there. That's what these types of thoughts will do for you. They'll put you in circumstances that you really aren't comfortable in. But because idle hands, you push the button. Because sitting still and not doing something when you're not disciplined, when you don't have self-control, which is something that you have to wrestle and form and forge over time. Nobody walks out in this industry and has self-confidence, self-control, and responsibility in the beginning. Those characteristics and those traits are developed over time. Losing money, making money, losing money, making money, learning what you're doing wrong, trimming all that stuff that is problematic. This is not a hard business to be profitable in, but it's a hard business to be organized and disciplined in. Because there's so many things that could take you right out of consistently profitable and wreck you right away. Because it's you as a person, you're a human being. You have emotions, you have psychological weights placed on you because of relationships inside this industry and outside this industry. And the more people you allow in your circle of influence, be it social media, your family members, your coworkers, the more you allow that in, the more likely you're going to be placed in pressured circumstances to perform when there's no need to. There's no need to. But when you step out there in social media and you have other people telling you what you should and shouldn't do, and you give these people that have no real control over your life, if you do it wrong, they're not going to pay you to make your ends meet because they wanted you to do something like it's a UFC fight or it's a sporting event. Perform for me. Fuck you. Go watch somebody else do that shit. You don't need to do those things for those people. You're running a business. Does the CEO of Netflix go out and go on social media, hey, what should I do today? They're not doing that. Believe me, trust me, look at what they've done. They don't do that, okay? They make their own policies, and right or wrong, they're going with it. But they're not letting even their customer base tell them how they should do things when they should. You as a trader, you incorporated, you have to be in control of everything at all times. And you can't let these opportunities that will cause you to do reckless things, to invite you to do the most ill-advised things while risking money. That's like, you would never jump out of a perfectly working airplane, but hey, the girl that you love says she wants to do it, and she wants to have a moment in life with you. Now you're contemplating it. You're scared shitless, but you're still contemplating it now. Man, if I don't do it, what is she going to think of me? When it should have been, honey, that is extremely brave of you. And I hope you respect the fact that I don't have wings, and I don't want to be up there challenging the outcome of me opening that parachute and then opening and carrying me down safely to the ground. I will watch in the safety of how you do that, and I will applaud you when you land safely. Okay, but I'm not doing that. And you shouldn't fear their response. They shouldn't push you into that. But what's really going to happen? You're going to be worrying about whether or not you do this or don't do this and how they're going to think, especially if you're dating them brand new in the relationship. You'll do anything. You'll fight a guy you know damn well you probably get your ass beat by him, but you can't look like a weakling in front of her. Get some beer muscles, some liquid muscles. Go get to the bar and get, I'm gonna have to deal with this guy later on tonight before the bar closes. So let me get some liquid courage in me. And that way, if I do get my ass beat, at least I'm numbed up. You can't have that mindset in trading. You can't do that.